How NBA players spent their very first paychecks. The majority of stars in the NBA saw their wealth begin to increase within their first year playing in the league. Young players often enter the NBA by entering themselves into the NBA draft after having played on the college circuit or playing overseas before entering the league. After being picked, many players join these clubs by signing the rookie contracts that are required of them. When they first join the league, a lot of players even sign endorsement deals with a variety of different firms. But what do these athletes do with all the money they make? Some people choose to flaunt their riches by engaging in extravagant spending and making purchases that are outlandishly extravagant. But others want to keep their spending to a minimum in an effort to save money. Here are some examples of how some of the NBA's most famous players spent their very first paychecks after breaking into the league. Let's play full court, baby! Your go-to channel for the most interesting basketball topics. Shaquille ONeal. When Shaq first entered the league in 1992, he was immediately voted the best player in the whole league by every single coach and player in the league. He went on to play on the Orlando Magic. Shaq had just finished signing the most lucrative contract in the franchise's history, which was estimated to be worth $40 million over the course of 4 years. Nevertheless, Shaq went on to become one of the most successful superstars in the history of the NBA, collecting a significant amount of money as his career progressed. Shaq was given a signing bonus by the Magic when he signed a deal with the team, and he wasted no time in going on a spending spree after receiving the money. He bought himself a Mercedes-Benz with a price tag of a total of $150,000 by going to the dealership and purchasing the vehicle there. When he showed his father the car, his father asked Shaq about his own vehicle and where it was located. Shaq's father questioned him about his own vehicle. As a direct consequence of this, Shaq went out and bought a second one for his father, in addition to a Mercedes-Benz that was $100,000 cheaper for his mother. In the end, he spent close to $1 million on a variety of other items for himself and his parents, but the Mercedes-Benz automobiles that he bought accounted for around half of that total expenditure. Iguodala. Iguodala had been a pleasant and unexpected discovery for the NBA. When Iggy joined the league for the first time in 2004, very few people anticipated that he would one day become an All-Star or an NBA champion, much less the most valuable player of the NBA Finals. However, he accomplished all this while serving as a member of the most successful dynasties in the history of the NBA. Iggy provided valuable senior knowledge to the Golden State Warriors, and in the 2015 NBA Finals, he was so effective at locking down LeBron James that he was awarded Most Valuable Player of the series. When Iguodala first joined the NBA, though, he had totally different objectives than what they are now. The swingman spent a significant amount of cash on footwear, namely Air Jordans, right around the time that he signed his rookie deal with the league. Iguodala did not have enough money from his deal to purchase a vehicle, but the thousands of dollars he spent on shoes and basketballs gave him the impression that he had spent much more. Klay Thompson. Thompson was the son of Michael Thompson, a former NBA champion, so it should not come as a surprise that he inherited his father's talent for the game. Thompson is one of the most dangerous scorers in the history of the game. He has won many NBA titles, and he has been a member of the All-Star team on multiple occasions. When Klay is in a scoring rhythm, no defense in the NBA is capable of halting his momentum and scoring streaks. However, Klay was a draft candidate who was underestimated, and there was no assurance that he would become a superstar in the NBA. When Klay Thompson signed his first deal with the Golden State Warriors, he didn't go out and buy any major expenditures to celebrate. Because his father was a professional basketball player in the NBA, he learned at an early age how he should manage his money. Thompson said that he had purchased a pool table with the money received from his contract and mentioned that he was still in possession of that table to this day. Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard has emerged as the class's preeminent superstar, despite the fact that he was part of the same draft class as Anthony Davis. Following his victory as the NBA Rookie of the Year in 2013, Lillard has gone on to establish himself as a stalwart among the league's all-stars and all-NBA players. Lillard has shown himself to be one of, if not the most clutch player in the NBA at the present time. For the Trailblazers, very few players have shown a consistent ability to make huge shots. Therefore, it is only logical that Dame, a player with flair that he has, purchased a Porsche Cabriolet as a consequence of his very first significant shopping binge. Lillard returned to California after receiving his check from the Blazers, where he then proceeded to drive himself directly to the dealership. When Lillard made the purchase, it was obvious that he was not squandering his time in any way. Dwayne Wade. Despite having a shorter career than other superstars, Dwayne Wade ended up becoming one of the top players in the NBA. Wade was drafted in the same year as LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Bosh, and he joined the NBA in 2003. In 2006, Wade became the first member of the group to win a championship with Shaquille O'Neal and the Miami Heat. Wade, with his first paycheck, bought himself an electric blue Escalade. If that wasn't enough, he accessorized it with rims that were 26 inches in diameter with spinners. Zion Williamson. Since LeBron James' arrival in the NBA, Zion Williamson has emerged as one of the most intriguing prospects to join the league. The forward for Duke has an extraordinary mix of size and quickness, allowing him to surge to the basket at any given moment. There is widespread consensus that Zion Williamson will one day eclipse LeBron James as the most popular player in the NBA and become the league's top overall player. Williamson was offered a large sum of money by the New Orleans Pelicans when he signed his rookie deal with the team. In addition to that, he joined the Jordan brand as an official athlete in their roster. Therefore, it was only natural to assume that the wealthy individual would use part of that money. After obtaining his agreement, Williamson splashed out close to $40,000 to buy a Jeep Wrangler that had been built specifically for his brother. A more grounded and considerate side of Williamson was shown via the act of giving, which was a meaningful gesture for a member of his family. LeBron James. When he initially joined the NBA in 2003, LeBron James was widely considered to be the most highly touted prospect. James received a large endorsement deal with Nike, in addition to signing a lucrative contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers for being the first overall choice in the draft. LeBron James made a significant amount of money from this arrangement, but it was only the beginning of a profitable relationship he would have with them. James did not go on a massive shopping binge after signing his first deal with Nike because he did not want to waste the money. After making the deposit into his account, he was able to withdraw a total of $2,000 in cash. On the other hand, he decided to organize a grand vacation to an amusement park for all of his loved ones and closest friends. For the sake of having a nice time and commemorating his accomplishment of making it to the NBA, he did not spend a significant amount of money. In the years to come, a growing number of NBA players are projected to achieve extraordinary levels of financial success. As a result, the bizarre nature of these purchases is only likely to increase with the passage of time. If the NBA is successful in continuing its growth, then there is a strong possibility that players will have access to more compensation. However, for the time being, these players will stand out owing to the incredibly diverse ways in which they spend their money, which will make them easy to recognize. We hope you enjoyed the video topic today. Subscribe to our channel, Full Court, for more interesting basketball topics.